Hello, and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
And I'm Jess.
Why does it always make me giggle?
Because it's so awkward.
Well, how you doing, Jess?
Doing good. Still healthy.
That's good.
So,
And slightly
still
surprising.
bored.
Are you still
It's like-
working?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny's heading back to work tomorrow.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, his job was only closed for the month.
What the ass?
Yeah. I guess it was for the 3 weeks because one of their coworkers came down sick. So they gave everyone the 3 weeks to make sure that no one was sick.
I see.
Yeah, so now they're starting up again.
Okay. Are they gonna be able to maintain social distancing at his job?
I think so. Like, I asked him about that, and he assures me it's fine.
Okay.
Like, he works by himself with a machine. What's it do? It skins logs.
Right. Okay. Well,
Barker? Well, hopefully he remembers to sanitize regularly.
and stay away from people like on his break.
Yeah, I don't think he usually goes to the lunchroom for his breaks. He stays in his little machine spot.
Oh. Just hanging out. Me and the
Yeah.
Barker.
Yeah,
Me and good old Barker here.
he's a loner.
Relatable. Anyway, you had a birthday last week.
Oh yeah!
Happy belated birthday to Jessica.
Yay me!
Yay. March
was
birthdays.
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, did you obviously can't do much, but did you do anything?
Went for a walk to the neighborhood park.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did.
Nice.
Johnny was really sweet on the weekend,
Yeah.
which was nice.
Which
Not
is
that it's not unusual for him to be sweet to me. He's always sweet to me, but he was especially sweet to me
okay.
that weekend.
How do you mean? Like, what was he doing
Like
that was
doing me
especially
like
sweet?
back rubs and doing more chores than he usually does.
Oh, I see.
He made dinner on Saturday. Made me ribs and baked potato and asparagus, which is my favorite vegetable.
Nice.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad because like last year I was planning on going Cactus Club for my birthday this year because I want to do something real nice.
Yeah.
God damn it, pandemic sneaking up on us.
Yeah, I feel bad for all the people who have March and April birthdays.
Yeah.
Fucking brutal.
One of our friends FaceTimed me and talked to me for a bit, which was really nice.
Oh, who was that?
Oh, Catherine.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I was
Heard Kevin in the background too.
I was thinking about calling you, but then I was like, I don't know if she'd like that.
I wouldn't mind it. I was kind of like drained after work.
I'm still shocked that you worked that day.
Every birthday of mine, you're always shocked that I go to work.
I just don't get why you don't just like tell them it's your birthday. Would they not give it to you off? Like,
They would give it to me off if
So
I
wh-
asked for it off.
so
I
why
don't care
you?
to take it off
Why?
because I don't care to. I'd
Okay.
rather make money. Plus, like I got a whole song at work. Everyone sang to me, and I got lots of happy birthdays.
I
That
thought-
was nice.
I thought you hated that shit.
It was okay.
I'm so confused.
It's
I feel
not
like I
as
don't know
many
you.
of us left in at work.
Okay.
I don't know. I've gotten pretty close to them after the past, I guess, almost 3 years now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So it's more welcome now.
Yeah. It doesn't feel as fake.
Okay, well, That's good. Glad you were able to have some, specialness to it.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. I've got kind of a fun game.
Oh, what?
So I saw this meme that was called like the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse,
Okay.
and there was four pictures in like this image, and one was Netflix, one was YouTube, um, one was like I don't remember. Here, let me look it up. I don't want to brutalize this. Well, shit, I can't find it. So, one was like Netflix, one was YouTube. You get the idea, right? Like the things that are keeping us alive.
Sure.
I think
Oh, okay.
one was like a face mask, one was like hand sanitizer or something.
Oh.
So, I wanted to ask you, what are the four horsemen of your apocalypse?
But like, explain it more.
Just like what's keeping you going?
What? Oh.
I don't know. Maybe it's different for you because you're working.
Let's go. Steam.
Okay, yep. Oh, you know what? That was
YouTube.
one of them. Steam was one of
Oh,
them.
was it?
It was.
I will go Steam, YouTube, Reddit,
Mm-hmm.
and Netflix.
Nice.
What's yours?
Probably YouTube, Steam, scented candles, and beer.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
I would have added pop, but I'm slowing down on my intake.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah.
Isn't pop like one of the worst things you can do to your teeth?
Pot? I think smoking
Oh,
anything
pot.
isn't-
Sorry, I thought you said pop.
Soda?
Yeah,
I don't drink soda.
I was surprised, but I was like, all right. I guess I just don't pay enough attention.
Yeah, have you heard about my pre-diabetes?
That's why I was shocked. Okay. No, I meant pop. Pop.
Oh, did you
As in
know
soda.
that there's Coca-Cola made with stevia now?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
Huh.
tried getting Japan to buy those.
I would be interested to see if they taste different.
They taste like they have stevia in them.
Oh.
Stevia has a particular taste that I am not a fan of.
Oh, but you still want to try it?
Oh no, I've had it because I wanted Johnny to drink it instead of the aspartame shit.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I've replaced all the sugar in my home with stevia. I'm forcing myself to get used to it with my coffee.
Oh. In your coffee, huh?
Yeah, I only put a little bit because I don't want to taste it.
Do you use creamer for your
Yeah.
coffee? Why don't
Yeah,
you
like
just get like a
powdered
sweetened
stuff.
creamer?
Because it's sweetened with sugar.
Is it?
Yeah, isn't it?
I don't know. I feel like there's probably different options.
I'll probably go for stevia. I don't want aspartame.
Well, I don't know. You do you. Okay, before we get into it, another shout out to Tobias, who is still a patron even though we are going through a global pandemic.
Holy crap. Thank you
He's
so much.
right? What a fucking hero.
Wow.
That means so much.
Yeah.
But obviously, I would not want him to feel guilty at all for like canceling at any point. Like, I would totally get it. Like,
Yeah.
people are losing their jobs everywhere, and
They are.
gotta stick to the
Crazy.
essentials. But yeah, it does mean a lot
Mm-hmm.
that he's still a patron. Yeah. So, what are we drinking today, Jess?
Well, I'm drinking ginger green tea with honey.
Nice.
It is nice. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Moroccan mint tea with honey.
Ooh.
Yeah. And if it wasn't already clear, I just realized we didn't address it. We are still recording this remotely because
Yeah.
we're still in quarantine and can't see each other.
Yeah. No foreign germs in my home.
Yeah, poor mom is like sad that we can't see you for Easter.
Oh yeah, Mom called me too on my birthday.
Aw.
I missed her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh fuck, Easter is this coming weekend.
Next Sunday.
Hell yeah, long weekend, yo. Just because I'm still working.
Yeah, I feel like I've been stuck in Groundhog Day for like 3, 4 weeks.
Are you done your quarantine yet?
Yeah, like my 14-day quarantine is done, but
Okay.
obviously everyone still has to be self-isolating,
Yeah.
so
Can't you go with Mom when she goes grocery shopping? Just to like get
I
out?
I went shopping one time and I hated it.
Oh yeah.
It's I hate it. It's awful. I feel like I'm stuck in a different dimension or something.
Really? I find it so amusing.
Amusing.
It's so different.
Yeah, but I
Like,
hate it.
okay. I don't
It's,
know. Different things spice up my life.
I see.
One of those.
And yeah, no, I just have anxiety. It's like,
Oh yeah.
wow, the whole world is fucking changing
It
and
is.
there's no sign of an end. Like, there's no end in sight,
Yeah, no, there isn't.
which
Yeah.
is the scariest part for me.
A lot of people are the same.
Yeah. Like, I can't think about it too much or it makes me depressed.
Okay.
Anyway, so where did we leave off our characters?
Let's see here. So after passing 4 deserted wildling villages, the Night's Watch start feeling nervous about their travels. Lord Mormont is set to find out what the wildlings are running from. Arya and the rest of the troop are attacked by Lord Dondarrion and are destroyed.
Is it Lord Dondarrion?
I thought it was Lord Dondarrion.
No.
What do you remember? Oh shit.
No,
Okay,
because
by
they were
some lord.
they were they thought the Night's Watch were the Dondarrions. That's
Oh.
probably where you got confused because there's like Yoren was showing off the black cape, right, that he was wearing,
Uh-huh.
and then the Lannisters, which is who attacked them, were like, "Oh yeah, well the Dondarrions have a black banner too."
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well, some lord, and they are destroyed. Arya and a few others manage to escape.
Yes.
Cersei and the council come up with rumors to spread about Stannis the cuckold, and Tyrion schemes with Varys. Chapter Bran is the first one.
Oh my God, Johnny. I hear him yawning.
She heard that yawn, Johnny.
It's gonna make me yawn now. Yep, here we
go. You made it.
Okay. Chapter 16 is Bran. There are visitors in Winterfell, and although Bran wants to, quote, break lances with the squires of Lord Manderley's escort, he must play the prince in his father's solar. So, is break lances like... Does he mean literally break lances? Because...
I don't know. It sounds to me like he just wants to jump in there and play it with them.
Right.
Maybe that's slang.
Yeah, like just a figure of speech or... I don't know, because they are like jousting or whatever.
Yeah.
And jousting does lead to broken lances, so...
And they probably use not very strong sticks if they're practicing.
Yeah. Bran never wanted to be a prince. He always wanted to be a knight, but he can't now because he's a cripple. He thinks about this a lot.
Uh-huh.
Lord Wyman Manderley had arrived from White Harbor 2 days ago, traveling by barge and litter because he's too fat to sit on a horse. He brought a huge group of people with him, knights, squires, lesser lords and ladies, musicians, etc. Hodor helps Bran wash and get clothed. Once Hodor is taught to do something, he does it quickly and gently, though his strength always shocks Bran. Bran thinks Hodor could have been a knight too if the gods hadn't taken his wits. That reminds me of when he thought of how they could make one knight together. Him like riding on his shoulders.
He can be the brains and Hodor is the body.
The brawn, yeah. Hodor carries Bran outside of his room in a basket on his back. He's supposed to go meet with Lord Manderley, but Bran hears the sounds of swords ringing and decides to have a quick look. The White Harbor squires are in the yard fighting quintains. So I had to look up what this is. A quintain is a post set up as a mark in tilting with a lance, typically with a sandbag attached that would swing around and strike an unsuccessful tilter.
Uh-huh.
So didn't that happen to Prince Tommen?
Yeah.
It like swung around and smacked him off his horse
Knocked
or
him
something.
off his pony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So the quintains that the White Harbor squires are fighting are painted red and gold to look like the Lannisters. The sight of Bran in a basket on Hodor's back draws a few stares.
Yep.
It is an odd sort of
I would
thing.
stare.
Yep. The Walders are there on their horses. When they see Bran, they comment that Hodor makes for an ugly horse, and both the Walders start making fun of Hodor. Even though Hodor doesn't understand that they're poking fun at him, it bothers Bran. He tells them to shut up. Yeah, that's like super whack. Gonna make fun of someone who can't
Mean
defend
kids.
themselves.
Yeah.
It starts getting heated, but Maester Luwin appears to put an end to it. He tells the Walders that a good lord comforts and protects the weak and helpless. He doesn't make them the butt of their jokes. That's a good lesson.
Yes, it is.
I need to adjust the brightness on my screen. 1 second.
Is it too bright in your cave?
I live in darkness. Both inside and outside my body. Okay, where are we? Bran and Hodor then follow the Maester out of the yard. As they walk, Luwin tells Bran that he was right to defend Hodor, but he shouldn't have been in the yard in the first place. Sir Roderick and Lord Wyman are waiting on him, and Bran feels ashamed that he acted like a child. He's a child. He's 8 years old.
Child. Oh my god, he's a baby.
Oh my fucking god. Bran asks if they will talk about the war, but Maester Luwin tells him he will talk of nothing. He's only a child of 8. Didn't he just criticize him for acting like a child?
Damn.
Bran protests that he's almost 9. I'm almost a man grown.
At night.
But Luwin is firm that he will say nothing but courtesies. When they arrive, Bran is seated in his father's chair, Sir Roderick and Maester Luwin next to him. Bran apologizes to Lord Wyman for being late, but Wyman says no prince is ever late. Those who arrive before him have simply come early.
Fancy words from a fancy man.
Lord Wyman, you mean?
Uh-huh.
They talk of money and the port's defenses, but it isn't until Lord Wyman proposes building a war fleet for Robb that Bran starts paying attention. He would, jeez.
Yep.
Bran wonders if a cripple had ever commanded a warship, but Sir Roderick simply promises to send the proposal on to Robb for his consideration. So they don't promise Lord Wyman anything. They're basically just like, we'll take it to Robb. We'll take it to Robb.
Smart.
Indeed. When they break for lunch, Lord Wyman brings up Lady Hornwood, a widow and his cousin. He says that he's thinking of taking her for his wife. Or his son if she fancies a younger lad. So wedding cousins is normal, it seems.
Yeah.
But Bran cares nothing for this conversation. After lunch, Lord Wyman brings up a letter he received from Lord Tywin Lannister, who holds his elder son captive. Tywin offers Lord Wyman's son back to him, without ransom, if he only withdraws his support for King Robb and vows to fight for him no more. Sir Roderick says Lord Wyman must refuse him, of course, to which Wyman assures him he will. He's loyal to King Robb. Wow, so doesn't give a shit about his son.
No.
He doesn't even seem to, like, be concerned.
No.
He's just like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna listen.
Oh. This is war.
I guess. Don't get attached to your own kids.
The kid knows his duty.
The kid?
Yeah.
I suppose so. There's, different understandings, I suppose. Later, after their meeting and during supper, a horn sounds to announce the arrival of another guest. Lady Danella Hornwood, who brings only 6 men with her. Bran tells her he is sorry for her loss. Her husband was killed in the battle on the Green Fork, and their only son killed in the Whispering Wood. That is brutal. But also, sounds like the Hornwoods need to do more training in battle. Lady Hornwood is grateful for their condolences, but needs to rest before they meet. She is incredibly tired, and her face is filled with grief.
Oh.
The next day, most of the morning is filled with talk of grains, greens, and salted meat. Lady Hornwood is storing 1/5 of her harvest, but increases it to 1/4 at Maester Luwin's suggestion. That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Is it relevant to the story? I don't know, but I included it anyway.
It sure is.
Okay.
I mean, like, how long the winter is going to be? Years. I can't imagine storing food to last that long.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's important that she is increasing it from 1/5 to 1/4.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do we need to know this for some reason? I don't know. So I included it anyway, just in case.
I guess. It's just world building, I guess.
Yeah, it could be. Lady Hornwood also warns them that Bolton's bastard is massing men at the Dreadfort. Ooh, is this our first time hearing about Bolton's bastard?
It sounds like it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Everyone fasten your seatbelts.
Oh, fuck.
Ah, fuck. She hopes he means to take them south to join his father at the Twins, but when she went to ask, he told her that no Bolton would be questioned by a woman, as if he is true-born and has a right to that name. Yep, already a scumbag. Sir Roderick is surprised. Lord Bolton has never acknowledged the boy as far as he knows. Lady Hornwood explains that Lord Bolton brought his bastard to the Dreadfort when his son died and left Bolton without an heir. She says that the bastard is a sly creature with a servant called Reek who never bathes.
Yeah, what? Tell me more. What is Reek?
They hunt together, and not for deer. Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
What the shit? Now that Lady Hornwood's husband and son are gone, the bastard wants her lands. Bran wants to give her men to defend her lands, but Sir Roderick just says there will be retribution if the bastard tries anything. He also brings up getting married again once her grief has passed. Lady Hornwood says she's past her childbearing years and age has taken her beauty, but still, weirdly, there have been many suitors. None that she is interested in, though. But she will marry again if the king commands it. I feel like that's so soon to bring that up.
Yeah, it is.
Like, even to talk about it.
Too soon,
Yeah.
bro.
Dude, her husband and son both just died.
Yeah. And they're already trying to move in.
Yep.
Freaking vulture.
Vultures, yeah. Sir Roderick says they will try to find more suitors to her taste, and she tells him he may not need to look very far, then leaves. Afterwards, Maester Luwin says she fancies Sir Roderick, who seems uncomfortable by the idea.
Ooh.
Bran says she was sad, which Sir Roderick agrees with, but he also says that she's a danger to King Rob's realm, which shocks Bran. Whatever could that mean?
Oh.
Maester Luwin explains that with no direct heir, there will be many trying to claim the Hornwood lands. Bran suggests Sir Roderick, who says he's too old and only a knight. Bran then suggests Lord Hornwood's bastard to be the heir. Roderick and Luwin consider this. The bastard is not Lady Hornwood's blood, so it would likely displease her, but there aren't many other options. I'm kind of surprised that Bran knows that Lord Hornwood has a bastard.
I think he's probably educated with Maester Luwin, like fed about all their lords and ladies.
Right.
But that was a smart thing he suggested.
Yeah, Lord Hornwood's bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Makes the most sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Bran, bored, asks to be excused, which Sir Roderick allows. He also compliments Bran on a job well done. Hodor takes Bran to the Godswood to visit Summer. Bran tries to call to Shaggy Dog too, but Shaggy just vanishes into the shadows. That dog is very moody.
Yeah, emo dog.
Emo.
Looks the part too.
Yep. Hodor places Bran by the pool, and then Osha suddenly bursts out of the water. She's completely naked and covered in scars, which Bran comments on. She explains they are hard-earned from fighting men, the Black Crows of the Wall, which are the Night's Watch. Osha tells Bran she heard people talking about him and the Freys in the kitchen, that it's a fool boy who mocks a giant in a mad world when a cripple has to defend him. Bran says that Hodor didn't know they were mocking him, but he never fights anyway. Septon Chael says he has a gentle spirit. Oh, sweet Hodor.
Yeah.
He deserves only the best. Still, Osha says Hodor could twist a man's head off with his bare hands if he wanted to, and she tells Bran to be wary of the Freys. But Bran says they won't do anything, they're afraid of summer, which Osha thinks is wise. She then asks Bran if he's had more wolf dreams, which he thinks about later as Hodor is carrying him back up to his room. He tries to put off sleep, but ends up dreaming of the weirwood and the three-eyed crow. I'm so weirded out that it's a crow. Why did they change it to a raven in the show? And why is it not a raven in the book?
Why?
Answer me! George, answer me. Oh, have you heard that he's been actually working on Winds of Winter?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I followed the Song of Ice and Fire subreddit, and there's lots of talk about that, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Yes.
the isolation is making him actually write.
About fucking time.
Like, yes. At least something good will come out of this. Hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll see if he finishes it.
Yeah.
Bran
Fingers
is...
crossed.
Yes. Bran is awakened by a blast of horns. The Umbers have arrived. When they meet, Mors immediately asks to wed Lady Hornwood. Maester Luwin says she's still grieving, and Mors says he has a cure for grief under his furs. Oh my god.
What?
Mors says he has a cure for grief under his clothing.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Man, I hate it when men say things like that. Even in jest. Gross.
Yeah. Just
I don't wanna
think
hear
your
that.
dick is a gift to mankind. Like, I don't fucking think so.
No.
Hother wants ships. There are wildlings coming down from the north crossing the Bay of Seals, which is by Eastwatch. Sir Roderick argues with the Umbers that they should have enough with the help of Lord Manderley. There's a bunch more political talk, which frankly got pretty boring, so I kind of skipped a lot.
Yeah.
More people arrive, there's more talk of harvest and people asking for Lady Hornwood's hand, and suggestions for who could be her heir.
Mhm.
Another day, Clay Serwyn, whose father is a captive of the Lannisters, arrives. He was always a friend to Bran and his brothers. Clay laughs about calling Bran Prince Bran, and tells Bran that Stannis is a king now too. And that Stannis is saying Queen Cersei bedded her brother, which makes Joffrey a bastard. Oh wow, they're acting like this is news. One of the Serwyn knights says the gods hate incest.
Insects?
Insects and incest. Especially insects who commit incest. Anyway, he says that's why they brought down the Targaryens. Bran then feels like he is about to fall off his horse. He suddenly can't breathe. Something is happening to him.
Triggered.
Yeah. Clay is concerned, but Bran says he's fine and leaves. That night, he has a terrible nightmare. He dreams that he's clinging to a tower, his fingers slipping. He calls for help, and a golden man pulls him up, says, "The things I do for love," and then tosses Bran out into the empty air. Oh my god.
My goodness. Memories.
Yeah. So, it kind of seems like he remembers.
He's getting there.
It's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously, I barely remember anything because I fucking have the worst memory in the history of mankind. But yeah, I don't remember what happens, like, if he does end up fully remembering, what happens when he does, etc., etc.
I don't remember him remembering in the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah.
If he does, they don't really show it.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. But we'll find out in the books.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
something kind of new and exciting that
Hmm.
neither of us know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, chapter 17
It's
is
Tyrion.
Tyrion.
Let me tell you, these Tyrion chapters are freaking awesome.
They are
So
really
much
good.
goes down.
They are really good, I agree.
Yeah, his plan is like slowly coming together.
Yeah, it's like every time he has a new chapter, you kind of realize all the clever shit he did in his last chapter, which is like,
Yeah.
whoa.
You're like, oh hell yeah, my man.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Tyrion has set up a meeting with Maester Pycelle during his breakfast. He hands the Maester a letter and tells him to send it now, despite the Maester's protests of doing it after he eats. While Tyrion waits for him, he eats the bland breakfast of boiled eggs, stewed plums, and porridge, while thinking that the eggs need salt, the plums are overcooked and watery, and the porridge needs honey and butter.
So judgmental. Uh,
Old man's He also makes note of all of the potions in the Meister's chambers. He sees a specific potion and pockets it. When the
hmm.
Meister comes back, he tries to ask about the letter, but Tyrion deflects. The Meister asks again if the Queen Regent knows about this letter to Dorne, and Tyrion says no, he wants to spare her of this burden. He then tells the Meister to only come to him once the response comes, and excuses himself. And once he leaves, he thinks to himself, one down.
Yeah, so he never tells Pycelle what's in the letter, does he?
No, but we're assuming he must have read it.
Well, later on we understand
Yeah.
a bit more.
Like I think from the way like Tyrion acts, like he knows that he's read it.
Mhm.
He's a little snake. Okay. Bronn is waiting for him, and they head off. While they are walking, Bronn fills him in on his meetings and invitations of the day.
Is it just me, or like, were you also weirded out by that? Like,
By what?
Bronn is delivering messages to Tyrion? I was like, since when
Yeah.
is this his job?
Yeah, like now he's like Tyrion's number one man doing everything for him.
Oh, right? I was just very like, this does not seem like something Bronn would agree to do, but
I guess
okay.
he's getting paid.
Yeah.
Taking that dank coin, yeah.
Oh, that dang coin.
He has to have a list of everything that Bronn tells him. A Lady Tanda has been inviting Tyrion for dinner many times to try to gain his hand for her dim-witted daughter, and has invited him to sup that evening, which he declines.
Mhm.
There's a money lender from Bravos here to see the king about payment on a loan, which Tyrion says to send to Littlefinger. There's a lordling from the Trident whose keep was burnt down and all of his peasants murdered, who is begging for recompense, and Tyrion says that he'll make time for him on the morrow. There's a great gaggle of bakers, butchers, and greengrocers who want protection after a mob attacked a baker and roasted him in his own oven for
Ooh.
charging too much for bread.
Dude, literally price gouging. This is what we're dealing with now.
It is.
I
Time to
just saw.
start throwing them in the ovens.
Yeah, let's go throw all these people in the ovens. I just saw on Facebook earlier today a friend of a friend posted a receipt where they like bought a small thing of sanitizer for $15. I was like, whoa. And then they like tagged the company and the company responded and they're just like, we're doing our best to give fair prices at this time. And it was
$15 for tiny hand sanitizer, though?
right? Are you fucking insane? How is that fair?
That is not. There's no way in hell.
Like that's outrageous. I was
That's
mind
when you
blown.
gotta like contact higher authorities because that's illegal.
Yeah, like the Better Business Bureau or something, because that's fucked up.
Tyrion says to get the gold cloaks to protect them, and and Bronn says that there were gold cloaks in the mob.
Oh
And
my
Tyrion
god!
sadistically thinks about setting Joffrey on them.
On the gold cloaks?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, then he's like, nah, that's too hard.
I really love Tyrion.
Bronn continues. There is a black brother with a rotted hand in a jar to see the king. Some knight named Thorn.
Oh shit, he's arrived.
Oh,
How did he
Tyrion
arrive
remembers.
already? It feels like it was not that long ago.
Wasn't it in the last book that he set off?
How long's it been since the last book ended?
Probably months.
Yeah, I guess so,
Probably months.
actually. Yeah. He rode like the
Ugh.
wind.
He sure did. Tyrion remembers the asshole and he says to sit him up in a shitty chamber to wait on him.
Tyrion's the best.
Cersei and a large party are waiting by the main gate. She calls out to him. She's off to make a round of the gates to inspect the scorpions and spitfires because she is worried that Renly will be there by the full moon. Tyrion's not worried about Renly, and Cersei calls him a fool and leaves with her party. I'm not worried about Renly either, you know?
Yeah, Renly's like, he's just parading around. He's all bark, no bite.
Yeah, he's just having a good time.
Just like, I'm a king too. Hoity-toity too.
He's just playing. He's
Yeah.
playing at king. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrion returns to his solar, where Littlefinger is waiting for him. We learn that Littlefinger makes gold for the crown by buying things in bulk when they are plentiful, and then selling them for marked up prices when they are scarce. Smart. Tyrion tells Littlefinger that he would like him to sway Lysa Arryn to swear fealty to the king and to make war on the Starks and Tullys in return for her husband's true killer, and to name her child Warden of the East, and then the boy can also marry Marcella. Myrcella, thanks.
Okay, so at this point, do we know what's in that letter to Dorne?
Not, I think there's a little bit of hinting of sending Myrcella to Dorne.
So Tyrion is promising Myrcella to Dorne and also promising Myrcella to
The Vale.
the Vale.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
He offers Littlefinger Harrenhal for doing this and to make him Liege Lord of the Trident.
Damn. But it kind of makes sense because this would be a big deal to turn Lysa against her own family.
Yeah.
Because she's a Tully. Well, not anymore,
Yeah.
but that's her
Well,
family.
Yeah. And she hates the Lannisters.
Mm-hmm.
Littlefinger likes this. He agrees to the proposal and leaves to get his affairs in order. Tyrion thinks, two down. That night, Varys visits him in his bedchambers. Varys knows what Tyrion was up to that day and asks if the purpose of the letter to Dorne was to dissuade him from joining Renly, to dissuade the Martells from joining Renly.
The
Okay.
Martells are the ones, just for clarity, who rule in Dorne?
Yes.
Or like the lords of Dorne or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tyrion is like, obviously. He had promised to deliver Princess Elia's killer to Doran Martell, who is like the prince?
Doran?
Lord, not prince. He's like the lord. The big boss guy of Dorne.
I think the lord.
Doran.
Doran.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone knows that Sir Gregor killed Elia and her babies.
Mm-hmm.
Or her children. And baby. He also promised Doran a seat on the small council. Varys asks if he's sending Tommen to Dorne since he is sending Myrcella to the Vale. Tyrion says yes, he hopes Tommen may grow to be a good man apart from Cersei and Joffrey. Varys says that the queen would never let Tyrion send both Tommen and Myrcella away, and Tyrion says what she doesn't know can't hurt her. As Varys giggles, Tyrion thinks, 3 down.
What a cool chapter.
Yeah.
I really like the counting that Tyrion does throughout it. It like amplifies the tension every time he does
Yeah,
it.
like, you're like, oh, he's doing shit.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what's happening, but this is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool technique to
Mm-hmm.
kind of tie this whole chapter together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A couple things I wanted to point out if you are done.
Yeah. Shoot.
So, Pycelle in his office or whatever it is, wherever Tyrion meets him, he has basilisk venom and widow's blood on
Yeah.
the shells.
Like, whoa.
Damn, basilisk venom. Like, what even do basilisks exist, or is it just something that they're calling a basilisk? Like, what does this mean?
I wonder if they do exist in this world of magic.
Right. And widow's
Hmm.
blood? What is that used for?
Is it straight up a woman's blood?
Mhm.
What kind of sorcery is this guy practicing?
Right? What sorcery is this? Yeah, and it's pretty clear, like, Pycelle is kind of digging into what Tyrion's doing because he wants to inform Cersei or something.
Yeah, he's a little freaking snitch.
Yeah. Snitches get stitches, Pycelle.
Snitches get stitches.
Indeed. What else did I want to point out? Oh, Lancel Lannister is the Queen's new favorite knight.
Oh yeah,
I
and
was
it's
like,
mentioned.
yeah. Why? He's not experienced. It's just like, I think he'll just do anything that she says. I think that's why.
Yeah, yeah, they're cousins, so family, I guess. And yeah, I feel like he does whatever Cersei says. He's like Cersei's man through and through.
Yeah, like without question, he'll just do whatever. He is the one, in case anyone's forgotten, he is the one who kept feeding wine to Robert, which eventually got him killed by the boar.
Yeah,
They're also building new scorpions.
they are, and more Spitfires.
Okay, I don't know what a Spitfire is.
I'm only assuming that it's like a launch thing that shoots fire, like balls of fire,
Okay.
like in Lord of the Rings.
Like catapults?
Yeah,
They
catapult shooting bolts of fire, balls of fire. Yeah.
maybe some sort of form of a catapult. But yeah, as for the scorpions, I thought those were just for dragons, but I guess I'm wrong. If they're building new ones.
Yeah,
Cause don't they?
Like-
Isn't it just like a giant like crossbow?
yeah, that's what I was under the impression of. Like they seem like ridiculously huge.
Yeah, giant crossbows, which at least that's what we see in the show. But I don't really imagine that being super effective against like an army.
Yeah.
Like based on
Either.
how long it would take to load it and it just shoots one big arrow. Like what is that going to do to an army? It's going to take out
Right.
like 1 to 2 people at the most.
Unless they're like maybe like pushing like catapults along and they can like destroy the catapults with an arrow.
Okay, that's a good point actually.
But that's like the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
Maybe they can destroy ships.
Oh, that's actually smart. But if they're setting them up on the walls of King's Landing, or the
Mhm.
walls of the Red Keep,
Like all around the walls, then I don't think it'd be very useful in where the armies would be. I
yeah.
don't
So if it's on the walls, I don't even know what they would be shooting with those things.
know. Yeah.
And looking at,
Maybe we'll learn in the later chapters.
yeah, I guess we'll see them in action at some point and
Yeah.
see how they use them. King's Landing is like right on the water, so if there were
Mhm.
ships that were coming right up to King's Landing, then I guess they could use them against that. But I don't imagine that people would park their ships right there.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. Just curious about that.
Chapter Sansa.
Chapter 18 is Sansa.
Sansa.
This is like the first Sansa chapter where I'm like not super irritated by her.
Yeah. Okay. Sansa has received a secret letter. It says, "Come to the God's Wood tonight if you want to go home." She's terrified. It must be a trick of Joffrey's. She'll probably find Sir Ilan Payne waiting for her with ice. The door to her chambers opens, and she shoves it under her sheets and sits on it. Her bedmaid asks if she wants a bath tonight. Sansa asks for a fire instead. Sansa is not familiar with this girl because Queen Cersei changes her servants every fortnight to make sure no one befriends her. Sounds lonely.
Yeah. Smart by Cersei, though, I guess.
Yeah. Once the fire is blazing, Sansa dismisses her. No doubt the girl is running off to report to the queen or even Varys. She is certain all of her maids spied on her.
Mm.
She throws the letter in the file. Oh my god.
In the
She
files.
throws, she throws the letter in the fire and watches it burn. She goes to the window and sees a knight pacing the drawbridge. There's no way she can get to the Godswood if she wanted to.
Mm.
She goes to bed with thoughts of what she should do. She eventually hears shouting outside. She goes to the window again and sees men running with spears and torches. She sees the knight has left the drawbridge, and before she can think of what she's doing, she gets dressed and runs out. She sneaks through the courtyard and darts across the bridge. In the Godswood, she recalls how she had always favored her mother's 7 gods, but now she cannot deny the power of the Godswood.
Oh, shit.
A voice whispers, "I feared you would not come," and Sir Dantos steps out of the shadows.
Who the fuck is Sir Dantos? I did not remember at first.
Okay, well, he's the guy who Joffrey tries to drown in wine, and Sansa manipulates him into making Sir Dantos his fool.
Right, so he was supposed to, like, joust in Joffrey's lame little tournament.
Birthday, name day
Name day tournament.
tournament.
But then, like, came out drunk.
Hmm He's
Yeah.
a bit of an alcoholic, just a bit.
Just a tad.
Sansa pulls out a knife to prevent him from coming closer. Dantos says that he wants to help her as she had helped him. He says all his years as a knight he had been a fool, and now that he is a fool, he has found it in him to be a knight again, and he wants to save her as she had saved him from Joffrey. He says he wants to be her Florian. Florian is a character in a song who was a fool who became a knight.
Ooh.
He gets to his knees and says taking her out of the castle will be the hardest part, but once she's out, there will be ships that would take her home. He just needs to find the coin. Sansa asks if they can go now, but he says no. They got to go when the time is ripe. It will not be easy or quick. Sansa tells him to rise and he thanks her. He tells her that his life is hers and vows with her father's gods as their witness that he will send her home.
Aw.
Sansa says that she will put herself in his hands and asks how she will know when it is time to go. Will she get another note? Dantos says no. She will have to visit the Godswood as often as she can. It's the only safe place. He tells her that if he ever seems cruel or mocking or indifferent, it will be because he has a role to play and she must do the same. She needs to be brave and strong and patient most of all. He then tells her that she should go now. Before she leaves, she kisses his cheeks and says, "My Florian, the gods heard my prayer." She runs back, and as she runs down some stairs, she crashes into the Hound.
Oh, shit.
He drunkenly grabs her and asks her what she's doing out in the black of night. Sansa says that she was in the Godswood praying for her father and the king. He calls her a liar, singing her little bird songs, then asks her to sing for him. She stutters and he says that he'll bring her back, gently pushing her in front of him.
Gently.
They
Again.
Yeah. They reach the drawbridge and Sir Boros is there. Sansa is terrified of Sir Boros. He is the worst of the king's guard. The Hound says that he has nothing to fear and they approach. Sir Boros sees them and addresses the Hound as Sir before the Hound snaps that he is no Sir. He is the king's dog. Sir Boros turns to Sansa and asks what she's doing outside of her bedchambers at this hour. Sansa says that she went to the Godswood to pray for the king's safety. Clegane steps in and says, how was she supposed to sleep with all that ruckus? What happened? Sir Boros explains that some people tried to break into Tyrek's wedding feast to eat, and they had to chase them off. People are freaking starving in this city, yo.
Yeah, holy shit. They're trying to fucking break
Break
into
into
that sort of
weddings.
shit? Damn.
The Hound escorts her across the bridge, and as they were going up the steps to her chambers, Sansa asks him why he lets people call him dog and not a knight. He tells her that he likes dogs better than knights. His father's
Fair.
father His father's father was a kennel master at Casterly Rock. One year, Lord Tytos, who I'm assuming is Tywin's father,
Oh.
came between a lioness and her prey. She didn't care that she was the Lannister sigil. She tore into the Lord's horse and would have killed him as well, but his grandfather came with the hounds. 3 of them died running her off. His grandfather lost a leg, so the Lannister paid him back with lands and a tower house. The 3 dogs on his banner are the 3 dogs that died.
Oh,
That's cool.
that is cool.
A hound will die for you, but never lie to you, he says. He
Ooh.
cups her face and says that he never got his song. Sansa offers to sing about Florian and Jonquil. Clegane is like, spare me, but one day I will get a song from you. Sansa says that she will gladly sing for him. Clegane says, a dog can smell a lie. They're all liars here, and everyone is better than you.
Oh, at lying.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's that chapter.
Damn. So he's still like defending her left, right, and center.
Yeah, and he's freaking opening up to her.
Yeah, like what is going on, Mr. Clegane?
I really like this Sander Clegane
Yeah,
from the books.
he's very
more human.
complicated, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that little bit of history on his house.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like knowing how all these different highborn families chose what went on their banner.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. When Sansa is heading down to the Godswood, she comes across a cat. Did you notice this?
Yeah. Yeah. It's Arya's cat.
Yeah, it's a black tomcat that's like missing an eye or whatever it is.
An ear.
An ear, and that's the one that Arya was trying to catch in the last book.
Yeah. It's Arya's tomcat.
I thought that was a cool little callback.
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember Sansa getting a note in the show. Did that happen in the show?
I haven't seen season 2 in a really long time.
Yeah.
She might have.
Okay.
Because I remember her going to the Godswood, seeing
Okay.
Sir Dontos, but maybe in this show he snuck up on her. And it was like more random.
Right. That leads me to my next question. How the fuck did he get a note to her?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Like, it's not explained. It's just glossed
This-
over.
Chris somehow got a note to Sansa Stark, who is basically guarded all day.
Yeah. Like, did it end up in her room? Is that where she
Yeah.
found it?
I guess so. Never really explains it, I don't think.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It just says that she adds the note.
Yeah.
I need answers.
George! But yeah, overall I like this Sansa chapter.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah, we can already see some character progression. She's mostly learned not to trust people.
Yep.
But she still has hope and still believes in songs and fairy tales.
Yeah. She's still a girl.
But yeah, some character progression so far.
Slowly and surely.
Indeed. All right. What are your overall thoughts for these ones?
A lot's going down, I think. Well, the Bran chapter was freaking boring.
Yeah, it was. I had a hard time with that one.
Yeah. Just reading it, like I had to put down the book afterwards, and I was like, nope, I'm done. But the Tyrion and Sansa chapters were both pretty exciting. And I'm looking forward to the next Tyrion chapter.
Yeah. Now Bran's chapters are basically the Eddard chapters because it's all the political shit.
Yeah, I'm glad I lost him.
Fuck
this time
off. I'm pissed. I did not need another Eddard. God. Trade you for John.
No thanks.
Shit, or Tyrion.
Nope.
Tyrion's chapters are really cool.
They are. They're good.
They're like political, but like in a kind of sneaky, like.
Yeah, like he's setting things in motion that are exciting.
Yeah, like a sneaky backwards kind of political instead of Bran's hoity-toity, I'ma play the prince kind of political.
Sure.
Yeah. And Sansa's getting more interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually
She's
some,
also secrets.
yeah. Uh, the stakes are rising.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so who do we have in the next episode? We have Arya,
Tyrion and Bran.
Tyrion, and Bran again.
So another Tyrion.
Another Tyrion and another Bran.
We get to find out what happens.
There's a lot of Arya and Tyrion, I feel like, in the first bit of this book.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
There
it's
is.
mostly been Arya and Tyrion.
Mm-hmm.
We're like over a quarter through the book already. We're about a
Are we?
third way through, yeah.
Holy moly, we are.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is. I think it's because these chapters are chunky.
Oh, they are chunky.
Mm-hmm.
They're big old chunksters. Cool. So, if you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at Tigbab Podcast, or you can follow us separately. My handle is Crimby, Jess's is just.egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search Tigbab Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we should pop up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Baram Barami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle that you heard at the start of this episode, and he's really dope and makes cool stuff, so give him a like and a subscribe. Also, you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Tea is Good, Books Are Better. We have a few different tiers on there with fun rewards, so if you contribute, you will get something in return. You will also be helping us out immensely, and we'd be very appreciative, but we also just appreciate you listening. And we're just gonna end it there instead of me trying to drag it on and on. But first, thank you for listening, and make sure to share the podcast with your friends so we can continue to grow. This is one of the projects that's kind of keeping me sane, let's say, during this isolation. So
Yeah, I can see it.
It's-
keeping you doing something.
it's nice to, maybe I'm weird because of this, but it's nice to have some deadlines and feel like I'm still being productive.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that's the end of this episode. We will see you in the next one. Enjoy your isolations. Okay, bye. Say bye, Jess.
Bye.